Holiness Satguru Mata Sudiksha Ji Maharaj, Honorable Nirankari Rajpita Ramit Ji, followers of Sant Nirankari Mission, my colleagues in the Consulate, Consulate families, and our friends of Consulate. It's a high honor for all of us to welcome Her Holiness Satguru Mata Sudiksha Ji Maharaj to Consulate of India. We are deeply grateful that you have agreed to visit us and bless us. As I explained today morning also and while walking, I wanted to benefit from your presence in the country, for me, for the Consulate family, for our Consulate colleagues. Mataji, the way consulates and our embassies are constructed globally, we generally tend to project them as homes away for Mother India home. And that's the objective that every diplomat carries in her or his thought. People should feel that this is a place which is open for them. People should feel the warmth from our interactions. People should feel the comfort. And we feel validated with visits like yours today. When you have come, you have validated. We feel that we have satisfied ourselves in the objective that we have for us. Mataji, want to be very honest, I had no great idea about the mission, but since I got in touch with Ji, I was trying to read, and I was very much touched about the message of self-realization through God realization. This is very profound, and probably that's the reason that it had spread. Anuji gave very impressive statistics of how far and wide it has reached. I mean, lakhs of followers across the world. It's something very, very remarkable. In fact, I was trying to speak a political leadership here about a meeting opportunity, and when I told them the figures, they found that the reach of the mission is even bigger than the population of South Africa, which is something very, very remarkable. This would, of course, not have happened without the purpose, without the profoundness of the message that the mission is carrying. I wanted to utilize, before we hear from you, your blessings, just to update you about the India-South Africa relationship, the context that we are all meeting here. So this particular year is very important year in our bilateral relations. It's the 30th year of the establishment of diplomatic relations between India and post-apartheid South Africa. The pre-apartheid South Africa, of course, India had relationship, but not the government side of it. The people did come, people had to come in very difficult circumstances. Those people, of course, now have become the human bridge between our two countries. So when we celebrate our relationship, we of course celebrate that pre-apartheid connection of human people who had to come to this place. But then when we celebrate the last 30 years, and when we plan for another 30 years that we will have to do things together, in that also, visit like this of yourself, our human bridge that we have been building between the two countries, are very important consequence. So this year, we are chair of G20. South Africa is chair of BRICS. That is leading particularly for this month alone. Mataji, we are going to receive 4 cabinet ministers or ministers from the government of India, including our national security advisor. For the next month also, we are working for our Prime Minister to hopefully visit us. There's every Indian origin South African is now praying for this because of the charisma and charm that he has and the vision that he has inspired all of us. We are also working for the visit of President Ramaphosa, who was the leader of this country, to visit our country. These visits are important because we have achieved a lot, but if we have to achieve even bigger things, and that's what the message that our Prime Minister, our government has for us, and that's the message that we convey to our South African diplomats, that two of us are the voices of Global South. So when we speak of that Global South and Global North, we are talking about the material aspect of it, but that leadership is coming from India. We had invited South Africa to join hands with us. South African government has agreed. I mean, their agreement, of course, was also reflected in the one body that we have formed together. It's called India, Brazil, South Africa, IPSA Forum. now we are in BRICS, now we are in G20 together, and then all the initiatives that we have taken globally, Maharaj, South African side has been standing with us in United Nations, in all these forums. Indians who had come here found good economic opportunities, and that's how South Africa, despite a country in Africa where generally people would not be much aware of the wealth of this, but South Africa remains a very attractive destination for us. So all this is happening, and today with your presence, I think we feel benefited from your wisdom, but the overall blessing of the relationship also is very important. So with that, I would like to invite now Anuji to carry forward the ceremony, but Mataji, we are very, very grateful for your presence here. Thank you.
Her Holiness and Nirankari Rajpita Ji have dedicated their lives for the spiritual enrichment of humankind.
It's an honor to be here today amongst you all, and जैसे अभी मैसेज भी सुन रहे थे कि ये जो जीवन है वो एक सिर्फ सांसें लेने की बात नहीं है, वो एकत्व के साथ रहने की. तो this oneness, when we try to just act to be one with each other, we might still carry the burdens and the piousness, but when we are actually one with this one God, then we see the presence of this God in every human, and then that naturally gets us together to reach more hearts. Because as we know that the entire world, it has its boundaries, but the boundaries are okay for the political reasons. But when it comes to a connect between heart and heart, then we do need a world without walls, which only means that we all, when love the Lord, and we know that His presence is in everyone, every being, the entire universe, and then we can love everybody, not for the sake of loving them, but the love that we have become ourselves by loving this one. So, जैसे एक बात वो भी कि हर एक में ही ये परमपिता परमात्मा का नूर है, और ऐसे ही एक आदर सम्मान प्यार प्रीत नम्रता विशालता, ऐसे अनेक जो गुण हैं, वो सीखे सिखाए गुण एक तब तक रह जाते हैं जब तक किसी सिचुएशन में हमें कॉन्शियसली उनको डालना होता है. वो एक जबरदस्ती के ऊपर थोपे हुए नहीं, अंदर से जब हम खुद प्यार बन जाएंगे, एक दूसरे को सम्मान अंदर से ही देने का दिल करेगा. तो कैसे ये जब एकत्व की बात है, तो पहले इस परमात्मा के साथ एक हो जाएंगे, तो ही फिर इसके बाद इसकी बनाई हुई पूरी रचना के साथ भी ये एकत्व खुद ब खुद ही बन जाएगा. तो जैसे अभी मेंशन भी किया कि चाहे ये पॉलिटिकली एक दूसरे के साथ हमें रहना है, और अगर हम इस बात को और गहराई से सोचें तो ये दायरा सिर्फ पॉलिटिकली ही क्यों, ये तो एक इंसानियत वाला फ़र्ज़ है कि हर एक के साथ, चाहे वो अपना हो, बेगाना हो, स्ट्रेंजर हो, जो भी हो, बस हमें उनके लिए प्यार ही बांटना है. उनके लिए उनके जीवन में जिस तरह भी एक पॉजिटिव कंट्रीब्यूशन कर सकें, जिस लिहाज से भी वो करते जाएं, अपना एक सिर्फ कर्तव्य मानवता का रखेंगे, तो वाकई ही असली मानव बनेंगे. क्योंकि शरीर सिर्फ मानव का होना काफ़ी नहीं है इंसान होने के लिए, ये मानवीय गुणों से युक्त होना है, और यही मानवीय गुण हैं जो इंसान को इंसान बनाते हैं. So I pray for everyone that may we all be connected to God, whichever way we feel we worship, or whichever way जो आस्था हम जिस तरह भी रखते हैं, तो वहाँ पे ये दिल जुड़ा रहे, ताकि सारी अच्छाइयाँ एक खुद ब खुद हमारे अंदर बहने लगे.